Hey, my YouTube family, it's me again. Yes, it's As Told by a Widow. I just quickly want to drop in. I know I've been MIA. I have really been ill, um, but I'm not even going to dwell on that. But keep safe out there, you guys. Stay healthy. It can be done. So today was one of those days, not just today, um, for about a few weeks. And I don't know if it was just a combination of me being ill for a few weeks, along with I had my roof started leaking. And here where I live, we had just like 30 some days of constant rain. So my ceiling started leaking. I have this huge hole, gaping hole in my ceiling. Let me show you. And then my dryer, which I just bought a year ago, went out, but the washer works. And it's one of those things that they call a small dryer. Well, it's not smart enough to fix itself. But anyway, right. So with all the, you see my ceiling, they're in the process of fixing that on the outside. But this is what I'm working with, right? So, I've always said, and I continue to support, to be intentional on your joy. And I still do. And it's a process, it's a journey. And with that being said, with all these, I don't know, incidents that are happening in my life, and they all happen within 2 weeks of each other. Illness, the rain with the ceiling, and then the dryer. And then negative thoughts began to creep in. And I was like, where's my circle of encouragers? I'm trying my best. I'm listening to affirmations. I'm writing and everything. But I just felt my energy just going down. You know, I wasn't as bubbly as people always like. Oh, you're just always so happy, right? And you know, it finally just hit me. I was just like, what is going on? And I was starting to feel agitated. And like always, it's always an internal conflict. It's never anything external. Always remember that. And it was on me. I mean, it was really riding me, all this negativity just in my mind, because like I said, I wasn't feeling well. So I was, just doing as best I can. And I was back in the bed trying to, rest and rejuvenate, you know, and just negative thoughts like you must have did something for all this to happen in one. And it was nobody but God, the spirit within me that was saying, no, you haven't done anything. Did you make it rain? No, you did not. You know, did you do anything to make your dryer to stop working? No, you did not. You know, and because and for each one of those, there was a solution to those situations. That I had access to, but for some reason, there was a part of me that wanted to focus on the situation when the solution was right there, right beside it. You know, and the reason I bring all this up, this has been year 11 for me on my grief journey. And I want you guys to know, a lot of times when I'm on these speaking engagements, when I go out and I, tell people my story, they want to know very quickly, how do I get to where you are now at year 11? They don't see that it was 10 years in between that I had to get here, you know? Kind of like the dry, the roof, and everything, the situation, but the solution was right beside it. And I was like, well, see, here's the thing. You're seeing where I am now. And that's great. But it's a process. So I like the machines in my roof. The solution is not sitting right beside me. I can't give you the solution to get you to where I am now and just say, boom, it's right here. That's no. But what I can tell you, where I am now, and to tell you what's right beside me, symbolically right beside me, is the fact that you will get through it. And understand, even when you get to where I am now, you still gonna have life on top of and during your grief journey. Because these last 2 days, I would have appreciated, inspiration and things like that. And lo and behold, that's why I just made it my business. See, I haven't done my hair. Y'all know I keep try to keep my hair. And I had made this decision. I made an investment to, I love to decorate. I love to have parties. And that's just something I always did, events. I just love it. My family members always know if they're having something, they will always call me. And I would just, just really just have a great time creating a space that represented that moment for them, you know. So about a year ago, I decided to, hey, let's just, make it a business. And um, so I went ahead and did that. And right after I created the business, my brother in 2020, I think I shared this with you all. My little brother died in 2020. Then in 2021, my stepdad died due to complications of the pandemic. So once again, I'm battling death, grief, because I don't battle with death anymore. You follow me? Because that's just is a given and it's a promise and it's okay. And so when I was initially scheduled to go to I signed myself up for a design training, just to take I guess you would say my gift to another level and turn it into a professional talent. So I signed up for this professional design convention, and when it came around for me to go, I got really, really ill, right? So I wasn't able to go. So to fast forward it um, to this year, 2022, a year later, um, the event is coming back around to my city. And I was just like I said, in these past 2 weeks, just in my mind, you all, self-deprecation is crazy. That's why you got to be careful what you let into your thoughts and the energy that you're around. I will even add to that, just make sure that you are a part of, a good friend sent me something to say that you are a part of the team of kindness and compassion, because you never know who needs it. So back to my example. So the past 2 weeks, like I showed you guys, everything from my roof leak and my dryer, and then just being sick and still processing, the transitioning of my little brother and my stepdad. It just been a lot. And still trying to stay on top of everyday life, for children, for, and like I said, just everyday life. It's exhausting. And I kept telling myself, you're always cheering for other people. Like, hey, be intentional, enjoy, da 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 da. And I'm up, I was in my room while I was, like I said, trying to recuperate and trying to cheer myself on it, but it just wasn't enough. So I had made this decision. Well, let me back up. I got an email from the design company that had me scheduled for a location, another state in which I had not signed up for. But there was nobody but God. God knew what he was doing. Like I said, I don't get into telling people who to pray to, but whoever speaks you spiritually, acknowledge it. So for me, it's God. And so when I received the email, so I contacted, I was like, hey, well, no, that's not the location that I signed up for. So that one email triggered a chain of events that led to this morning. The reason why I wanted to stop what I was doing and record this, and that is, I had multiple emails back and forth, and it was just becoming exhausting for a minute, to the point where I was just like, I'll just write this off as a loss. I've invested almost $2,000 in this, but I'm hey, I'll just write off as a loss. So I get a phone call. I'm driving, like I'm always on the road, you guys. That's what you get for having four children at four stages of development: elementary, middle, high, college. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, and so I get this phone call while I was driving, and it was the director of student services at the design center in which I signed up for. And the lady called and we talked through it. And I even told her, I was like, well, I see that you all have online courses and things like that. I said, maybe I'll just do the online thing. Because I had expressed to her that, I'm at a point where I just write this off as a loss. And this lady, her name was Nicole. Now, granted, she could have just been like, well, okay, well, this is the process. If I'm disappointed or I hate that she could have kept it very professional and short, but she did not. Okay. So she kept going. She was really listening, to me. And when you truly listen to someone, you can feel their energy. And she asked a couple of questions. She was like, Irish, it sounds like, that you really want this. And although the online course is available to you, but she said, I would still, come out to the face to face session, because when you have people in that room who are excited and and I'm paraphrasing, but she gave some wonderful words of encouragement and everything. And this is what she said. This I do know verbatim. She was like, it's magical when you're in that room, Irish. The energy when people are creating their own designs and things like that and sharing with each other, collaborating. She was like, it's something about that magic that'll inspire you. And she said, Irish, I don't know what just come, feel that magic. And whatever you decide to do with it once you finish the course, the face to face, she said that'll be up to you. But she said, I just seems like you need some inspiration, some magic, you know, upon yourself. Shed it upon yourself. And while I was driving, I hope she didn't hear it in my voice, I just started to tear up. And I was just like, God, that's what I needed. I needed somebody to cheer me on. I needed somebody to sprinkle some kindness on me, you know? Because when you drop, a friend of mine said to me at text, and she said, kindness is like when a person drop a pebble into still waters. It has this multiple ripple effects, just that one pebble. And by this lady, Nicole, truly listening to me, she dropped a pebble of kindness into my still waters, in which it caused a ripple effect of kindness. And you know what that ripple effect is? I felt compelled to get online and share with you all. So now you are a ripple, okay? That was initiated by the lady. She was director of student services. Her name is Nicole. She shared some kindness and encouragement. She gave me my options, of course, but she listened, everybody. And the reason I'm sharing this with you today, decide now that you want to be a part of the team of kindness and compassion. I'm not saying that you have to be happy and just walking on sunshine every day, although that's wonderful. If you're able to do it, do it. Okay? And write a book about it and share with other people so you can learn how to do it. But if anything, be a part of what is called team. When I say team, TEAM, team kindness, compassion. And listen to your fellow man or woman. Because what people have to say matters. And it means something. Because like I said, This lady could have kept it super simple and professional, you know, and we could have went our separate ways. But because she chose to be a part of team kindness and compassion and listen to me, she dropped a pebble of her kindness into my still waters at that time. Yes, at 11 years of on this grief journey, I still deal with life and grief. But because subconsciously I'm still intentional on my joy, God put in place for me to receive that email in error. But it wasn't in error. That email, upon I think 3 or 4 exchange of emails, led me to her and led her to me in a time and in a moment that I needed. And I was driving, so I couldn't really do a lot of pushback either. So God knew the exact moment that I needed it, because I had no other choice but to hear her and to receive the kindness and the compassion that she was dropping into my still waters. So, what's the moral of the story? Yes, at year 11, you're still going to have life. And at year 11, you're still going to feel sad from time to time. At year 11, you're going to still miss your spouse, or your loved one. At year 11, you're going to wake up some mornings and you're just going to be like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it. And it's okay to feel those emotions. But what's not okay is to take it out on someone else. And definitely don't take it out on yourself. When you get into your mind and that those self-deprecating thoughts of negativity, that is not okay. Feeling them, that's fine. We're human. This is a human experience. But make it your business, no matter what you're going through, to try to the best of your ability now to be a part of team kindness, compassion. All right? I'm not going to hold you guys up, but I just had to stop and share that with you. Okay? You're doing a great job. And you are awesome. You are amazing. And yeah, that's it. So be good and always remember what you're going through. I validate them, but you don't stay there. And know that you're going to get through it. So I'm squinting. I don't have my glasses on, you guys. That's just how moved I was with the conversation I had with this amazing individual. And, I don't know if I share with it was the name of the design company is called the letter I, WED, WED. But yeah, spread kindness. It's easy. And it has amazing effects on everybody around it. All right. All right. Bye, everybody. And get my books too. Remember. All right. And also, I didn't even know I was doing a speaking engagement. A couple times when people called and asked me, like, hey, can you come to, our grief support, meeting? And I was like, oh, okay, I don't have a problem with that. Right. And the next thing you know, I was like, I was like, what's this, a speaking engagement? So I got to get used to this terminology and stuff like that, because it's really weird for me right now, to think that people really want to hear my grief journey. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you all for your kindness. And thank you for allowing me, even in those speaking arrangements, to be in a position where I use the analogy of a free-flowing energy of mentor-mentee. Yes, when I come, a lot of people want to hear what I have to say, my journey, but at the same time, thank you all for allowing me to sit in a mentee position and listen to you. Because it reminds me of that I was human, and it helps to solidify that, wow, I remember feeling that way, going through those things, but I made it through. Because I need to hear those things for myself as well. that I made it through. And I thank God for that. And that just encourages me to tell you that, hey, I know what you're feeling. I felt those same things. And I made it through, and I thank God for it. And you will too. Okay? All right. Be blessed.